Black, and welcome to the Basketball Clinic. Tonight we're here at Ateneo University where we're going to discuss our topics are two illegal actions in the game of basketball. One, kicking the basketball, and the second one is striking the basketball. But we're going to go to the basketball court and introduce a couple of the demonstrations. So now we would like to demonstrate the illegal actions of kicking and striking the basketball in the game of basketball. Now, on my left, we have JoJo. On my right, we have Mike. Both of them are from the Ateneo High School team. Now, what we're going to do first is demonstrate the illegal form of kicking the basketball. Okay, fellas? And what you're going to see here is the two players are going to dispute possession of the basketball. Well, let's take a look at what happens. Okay, guys, go after the ball. No, that was a no-no, what JoJo just did, because as he went for the basketball, he kicked the ball away from Mike. And you cannot use your feet to kick the ball to gain possession. Let's look at it again quickly, okay, fellas? You're going to see the two guys go after the basketball, but JoJo's going to kick it away from Mike, which is illegal in the game of basketball. Now let's take a look at a form of kicking that is really unintentional, and it's really not illegal. And it normally occurs if I'm the passer. Okay, JoJo is my teammate, Mike's playing defense. And what's going to happen here is I'm going to make a bad pass, and it's going to accidentally hit JoJo's foot. Now, even if JoJo recovered the basketball, it is not called kicking because JoJo did not intentionally kick the basketball to gain possession. Instead, it was a bad pass on my fault. That's why you see in the game of basketball, sometimes the referee will call kicking if the guy intentionally kicked the ball, but if he did not intentionally kick it, the referee will not call a kicking violation against that person. Now let's take a look at another illegal form in the game of basketball, and that's striking the ball with your fist. It's illegal to strike the ball with your fist. You can only do it with an open palm, an open hand. Now let's go over and look at a demonstration. Mike's playing defense here, JoJo's playing offense. JoJo has the basketball. Now Mike's going to try to steal the ball from JoJo, but he's going to use his fist to gain possession. Let's take a look at it. You can see Mike took the ball away from JoJo by hitting it with a clenched fist. That is illegal in the game of basketball. The only way Mike would be able to take that ball away from JoJo is if he did it with an open hand and slapped it away from him. Let's take a look at it. Yes, that's legal. You cannot use a clenched fist to hit the basketball. That's a violation. Let's take another look at a violation with a clenched fist. Fellas, if you can come over, please. Now this time you're going to see Mike's going to be boxing out against JoJo. I'm going to be the shooter. Now watch what JoJo does when the ball comes off the rim. He uses his fist to knock the ball away from Mike. That is illegal. You cannot hit the basketball with your fist even on a rebound play. It must be with an open hand. Let's take a look at it again, fellas. And JoJo, this time, use your open hand. Yes, that's better. That time, he used the open hand to tap the ball away from Mike, and that is legal in the game of basketball. Okay, so what we have learned tonight is this. Kicking the basketball intentionally or striking the basketball with your fist, a clenched fist, is illegal in the game of basketball. So I'd like to thank the Ateneo High School players for helping us here tonight. I'm Norman Black. I'll see you next week on Burlington Basketball Clinic.
No, we're tied. You are tied. I mean,
Hello, welcome back to Burlington Basketball Clinic. I'm Norman Black, and tonight we're at Ateneo University once again to discuss the different time restraints in the game of basketball. We're going to discuss the time restraints in amateur basketball as well as professional basketball. Now, what do I mean by time restraints? Well, first of all, you have a certain amount of time to bring the basketball in bounds. You have a certain amount of time to get the basketball from your defensive court to your offensive court. And you also have a certain amount of time to attempt a shot at the basket once you gain possession. But let's go over to the basketball court using the Ateneo High School players to help us demonstrate the different time restraints in the game of basketball. Okay, so let's demonstrate what I mean by time restraints in the game of basketball. But before we do, of course, I'd like to introduce to my left from the Ateneo High School team, we have Mike, and also to my right, we have JoJo, who are going to help us here tonight again. Now, in the game of basketball, of course, it's a 48-minute game. In every half, you have 24 minutes. In every quarter, you have 12 minutes. But when you're on the basketball court, you have even more time restraints that the players are faced with. And let's discuss those right now. Okay, so let's take the amateur rules first in discussing the different time restraints on the basketball court. For instance, when a player is taking the ball out of bounds in the amateur game, he has 5 seconds to get the basketball from the time the referee hands him the basketball to his teammate. He has 5 seconds once he gets the basketball to pass it to his teammates. And the referee will be counting 1001, 1002, 1003. If I don't pass it to my teammate within 5 seconds, it will be a violation and a turnover. So Mike will be the offensive player. JoJo will be the defensive player. Since I have 5 seconds to get the ball in bounds, I throw it to Mike. And once Mike gets it in bounds, he then has 10 seconds to get the ball from his back court to his front court, which is the half court line. If he does not get it over in 10 seconds, that again is a violation. Okay, Mike, get the ball over. Now, while Mike is dribbling the ball up the court, he has to also remember that once he had received possession, his team in amateur basketball then has 30 seconds to shoot the basketball. If he doesn't shoot it within 30 seconds, then he will be called for a violation and a turnover. Now let's discuss another violation that can occur in the amateur game. For instance, if I was to pass the ball to Mike, then Mike has all the time in the world, at least he has 10 seconds before he has to move with the basketball or pass the basketball. But if Mike dribbles the basketball, dribble it, Mike, and then he stops, he only has 5 seconds to pass it to a teammate. Once he dribbles the basketball and stops, he has 5 seconds to pass it to a teammate. If he does not pass it to his teammate in 5 seconds, then it will be another violation and a turnover. Okay, so we have discussed the amateur rules as far as time restraints are concerned. Now let's discuss the professional rules, and they're a little bit different. Once again, though, when I do get the ball from the referee, I have 5 seconds to get the ball from out of bounds to my teammate. Okay, I have 5 seconds. If I don't pass it in 5 seconds, that's a violation. So I pass the ball to Mike. Now, Mike has 10 seconds to get the ball from his defensive end or his back court to his offensive end or his front court. If he does not get the ball over in 10 seconds, then that's another violation and a turnover. Now, different from amateur rules, Mike has only 25 seconds to shoot the basketball from the time he got possession. So now you know exactly how much time a basketball player has to get the ball in bounds, how long it's going to take him to get from his defensive end to his offensive end, and how much time it takes for him to take a shot at the basket. I'd like to thank the Ateneo High School players for helping us again tonight. I'm Norman Black. I'll see you next week on Burlington Basketball Clinic.